Thanksgiving night. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 180.
He's sick as the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check 26. Check 26.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Let's go, let's go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Joe Schobert. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dawson Knox, his 11th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's coming this way. Here we go. 56 the mic.
Hey, Foxtrot.
We don't want this.
Kings.
56 right there. 56.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Mayfield on play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Here we go.
And the catch made by Johnson. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Houston. Kalen, touchdown number 11. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The Browns take over.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Mayfield looks to throw, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. And again, it's Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Regular.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Allen's throw is complete, and they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Fuzz.
It's going to be a long day. Mike, check. 59.
And again, it's Allen. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Hey, baby, all day.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
They complete it to Hill. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very solid gain of 27. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't. Hang on, 3rd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen going to throw.
He's not going to get me.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Allen now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st down, Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Mayfield now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that.
And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
He's got Green. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run here with Balaj. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, 4-1's Mike, 4-1's Mike. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Landry again the intended target, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. To throw, it's Allen. Got an open man, it's QT.
Let's go, boy.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Allen now looks to throw. Keeps himself, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Sheldon Richardson. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Balaj.
Go, run!
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike 52. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force it in completion. They've been very cohesive. knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
180.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They run it with Balaj. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, no, he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, but not be deterred by anything else.
Allen's throw is complete, and they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless, able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
Pistol. 41 Mike, right here. 41.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they will take a knee here.
Hey, check my Watch 85.
Check pass.
And they'll indeed take a knee.